Hey, the long top 10s here, with the seemingly endless headlines surrounding the discovery of 7 new exoplanets, Earth-sized, revolving about the star TRAPPIST-1. One may be wondering, what's all the fuss about, right? The answer, this discovery is a crucial step toward finding extraterrestrial life on the universe. According to Emery Trade, an astronomer at the University of Cambridge. And even if this exciting new discovery turns out to be yet another disappointing dead end in that search, it has sweeping implications for the future of science. So, anyway guys, this will be the list of the 10 reasons to get really excited about TRAPPIST-1. First up, number 10. Atmospheres lacking thick hydrogen layers. Scientists had already confirmed that at least 2 of the planets orbited TRAPPIST-1, for whose size, for the sake of comparison, would be that of golf ball if our sun were the size of a basketball, are not completely enveloped in layers of thick hydrogen, so they'll have a rocky terrain very similar to Earth. Although this does not necessarily rank as the most intrinsical exciting news, this helps rule out the possibility that these planets are simply giant balls of gas, which of course would render them incapable of hosting life. Gas planets are commonly found orbiting stars of this size, and some planets being exceptions to a common rule lead scientists to believe there may be far more habitable planets than initially predicted. Number 9. A combined presence of ozone and methane. Alright, it takes a special mixture of specific variables for a planet to be potentially hospitable for life. Not too hot, not too cold, not too gaseous, not too solid. There must be a relatively rocky landscape, lots of light, an atmosphere of ideal thickness conducive to a temperature climate, and water that can be collected in lakes, seas, or even oceans. The presence of ozone, which can be a byproduct of oxygen produced by photosynthetic plants, in the atmosphere provides an invaluable layer of protection against the damaging effects of the sun's UV radiation. Alright, now scientists are confident that they will find a combination of ozone and methane in the atmosphere of at least 3 of the newly discovered planets, making them hospitable to life. Additionally, the presence of methane and oxygen together in the air of 1 or more of the planets would point to there being an unseen source of life replenishing these gases. If you have a combination of ozone and methane in the presence of carbon dioxide and water, you'll have one obvious explanation, says astronomer Michael Gillen of the University of Liège in Belgium. It is life. Alright, we go on to number 8, guys. With M-dwarf stars last longer, meaning more time for life to form. Awesome! Alright, now TRAPPIST-1 is classified as an M-dwarf star. These stars are extremely common in the universe and tend to be relatively small and dim. TRAPPIST-1 has also been further classified as an ultra-cool M-dwarf star, so it's the coldest a star can possibly be. M-dwarfs are notorious for burning their nuclear fuel relatively slowly compared to hotter, brighter stars such as our Sun, so they can shed light on our orbiting planets for incredibly long periods of time, even trillions of years. As a point of comparison, our Sun has only been around for 4.6 billion years, and is expected to burn out in another 5. This long lifespan means that complex biological life has more time to evolve from pond scum, said Dr. Seth Shostak, an astronomer at the SETI Institute. If you're looking for complex biology, older could be better. Number 7. New potential insights into planet formation. Alright, now, the discovery is already a major win for science, since even if the planets turn out to be unhospitable to life. This discovery will, without doubt, prove scientists with an ideal scenario for testing a wide range of hypotheses. Alright, now the TRAPPIST-1 system can be compared not only to Earth and to our solar system's other terrestrial planets, says Michael Gillen, but also to themselves. Since these planets are thought to have been formed from the same protoplanetary disk, a rotating disk of dense gas, and dust surrounding a newly formed star, scientists are confident that the slight but crucial differences in chemical composition and atmosphere of each planet will provide essential insights into the planet's histories and evolutions. This info can then, in turn, be used to better analyze the evolutions of other planets, increasing our knowledge of the universe as a whole. Number 6. A clear vision of distant worlds. This newfound system will also likely be used as a valuable model from which to extract data that can help us gain a deeper understanding of planets and galaxies much further away, especially when it comes to the search for life. TRAPPIST-1 is where scientists will test their hopes and desires and fears about planets orbiting these very cold, very low-mass M-dwarf stars, says Sarah Seeger, a planetary theorist at MIT. In a best-case scenario, scientists will find foolproof and indisputable signs of life. A worst-case scenario, however, is still pretty good. It is possible that scientists may not be able to determine if oxygen found on one of TRAPPIST-1's 7 planets is being produced or consumed by a life form or not. That's still pretty great news. Seeger assures us the only downside being that it will take more time to investigate the source. Just think about that, guys. It's pretty awesome. Number 5. There are probably far more Earth-sized planets than previously imagined. Alright. Now, although scientists have long assumed that plenty of Earth-sized planets exist in the universe, until the discovery of the TRAPPIST-1 system, these unique planets were thought to be a few and far between. Now, given that the TRAPPIST-1 system has been discovered so close to our own, simply laws of probability imply that there are much more systems than previously imagined. Alright, there are more likely M-dwarf stars with similar qualities in the universe than previously calculated as well. This means we have more chances of finding extraterrestrial life, and scientists who have been searching for radio signals generated by alien life forms may have been looking in the wrong places all along. Number 4. The greatness of NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope has been confirmed. Now, while most of the credit for this discovery should indeed go to the men and women who have been wrestling with this project for months, some credit must be given to the incredibly powerful and awesome SST, or the Spitzer Space Telescope, which made this discovery actually possible. Launched in 2003, the infrared Space Telescope has been capturing and transmitting some of the most fascinating mysteries in space for the past 14 years while traveling in a heliocentric orbit. Armed with an infrared array camera, an infrared spectrograph, and a multi-band imaging photometer, the SST can capture awe-inspiring images in vivid detail. Included in one of its most famous captures, light emitted from exoplanets, making it the first time extrasolar planets had ever been visually seen. Each planet in the TRAPPIST-1 system was able to be detected due to small dips in TRAPPIST-1's light. These dips, which occurred every time one of the planets crossed between the face of the star and SST's giant lens, were transmitted back to NASA, where they were analyzed to estimate the size and mass of each planet. Alright, we go on to number 3 with the...
It is a big day for basketball as Anton Miller is getting ready to sign a...
Sorry, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, we go on to number 3 with the system 40 light years away from Earth is actually relatively close. Alright, now, the universe in all of its expansive glory doubtlessly contains countless planets that resemble those found orbiting TRAPPIST-1. However, it's exceedingly rare that we come across such planets so close to us. 40 light years is nothing to scoff at. Using modern-day technology, it would take roughly 44 million years to travel the 235 trillion mile distance from Earth. In cosmic terms, however, 40 light years away is relatively close, so scientists will be able to form conclusions about our own solar system, as well as planetary systems that are far more difficult to quote-unquote see based on data obtained from the TRAPPIST-1 system. Ideally, the proximity of the TRAPPIST-1 system to Earth will let scientists better understand how dwarf planets, asteroids, satellites, comets, and circumstellar disks form and interact with one another. Gotta take another drink. Alright, we go on to number 2 with a platform from which to better understand atmospheres. Much in the same way this discovery will help us better understand other planets, planets in the universe, it will also likely help us understand their atmospheres as well. It is important to remember that these are the first Earth-sized planets that have been discovered orbiting this particular type of star at quote-unquote just the right distance. This means that their atmospheres will provide us with crucial info about those of other similar planets, which in turn will allow us to better analyze the chemical quote-unquote fingerprints left behind in water, methane, oxygen, ozone, and other components of a planet's atmosphere. Indeed, the TRAPPIST-1 system provides quote-unquote one of the best opportunities in the next decade to study the atmospheres around Earth-sized planets, says Nicole Lewis, an astronomer at the Space Telescope Science Institute in Baltimore, Maryland. Scientists will be looking at the temperatures and surface pressures of the planets, which are essentially in determining if they're not habitable or not. Alright, we could say hooray for this next one, right? Number 1, all of the planets contain water. Equals yes. We'll be able to survive, obviously. That's a very simple one. But let's talk about more in detail, shall we? So, in their quest to find signs of extraterrestrial life forms on distant planets or rocks, scientists almost always began with a simple test. Is there or could there be liquid water present? And while some planets such as Mars and Venus are thought to have once been home to liquid water, a lack of ozone along with other protective elements lead more scientists to believe that any potential life that could have been formed has been indeed for quite some time, unable to survive the solar and cosmic radiation has been propelling the planet's surface unimpeded. Although it is possible that liquid water could be found on all 7 of the planets in the TRAPPIST-1 system, the surface of finding water and subsequently life is with the 3 planets that reside within the habitable zone, between where it could be too hot or too cold for liquid water to form and pool into lakes, rivers, or even oceans. Alright guys, that is it for right now. If you have any other reasons to get really excited about TRAPPIST-1 I did not mention, let me know in the comments down below, alright? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this awesome video. Don't forget to ring that notification bell when you go to my top 10s channel. And subscribe, and support me on Patreon. Thanks for watching, see you guys next time.